How to submit a new hire form. The IT Service Portal, or self-service, now offers a service request form called New Hire. This form will be used to submit requests to the IT department for computers, access, and phones when a new individual is hired. Please note that this form does not handle transferring employees at this time. Please continue to use your existing process for these staff moves. It does also not include a building access card. This is still done through facility services. Before you submit the form, you will need to have the following information on hand: the new hire's first and last name. Middle name or initial is optional, but helpful if it's a common name. The employee number for all county employees, the confirmed start date, as well as the name of the supervisor. For HSPH hires, you will need to know the X127 number of the hiring supervisor if any state access is requested. Some additional information you will need to know is: will the new hire be paid by Apex? This will be a checkbox. If the box is checked to indicate they will not be paid by Apex, you will also need to know the duration and responsible party. Examples include a contractor, consultant, or volunteer. The new employee's department, their location, including building, floor, and cube number, computer information such as will the new hire need a laptop, desktop, or no computer at all, as well as any accessories such as a monitor, keyboard, mouse, or docking station. Phone information. Will the new hire need a desk phone, voicemail, county-owned mobile phone? Does their role require call center access? And are any additional languages spoken? This form does not allow you to save a partially completed request, so you will want to have this information readily available before starting this process. Also be aware that once saved, the form may not be edited. All notices regarding this request will be sent to the person filling out the form. In order to have notices sent to someone else, the requester must use the Create Request on Behalf of box. If the box does not appear and is needed, access must be requested using a TAR access request form. Please note additional access is not required unless you want notices to be redirected. It is possible to submit a request for a new employee without using the On Behalf of functionality.
The form can be accessed by navigating to the Hennepin County IT Service Portal at https://selfservice.hennepin.us, or from HC Connect, pause over How Do I, then under Tech Support, select the Get Self-Service Help link. Once on the self-service site, scroll down to All Requests. If you are not seeing this section, you may need to click the Home icon in the upper left corner. The first section under All Requests, click the pink icon labeled New Hire. If you do this often, make this icon your favorite by clicking the star Favorite button from the gray bar at the bottom. This will add the New Hire form to your favorite request section on the home page. The first field on the form is the Create Request on Behalf of field. This field is optional and only appears for individuals who have been given permission to submit requests on behalf of others. Fill in the name of the hiring supervisor here if you want all of the status update notices to go to that person. Otherwise, leave it blank if you wish to receive status updates on this request. Now, fill in the complete employee name. Only the first and last name of the new hire are required fields. If you know the middle initial or name, fill that in as well. For the start date, select the small calendar icon to fill in the start date by clicking on the day the person starts work. The time displayed does not need to be changed. With the checkbox, only check the box if the new hire is a contractor, consultant, volunteer, or anyone else who will not be paid by Apex. If the box is checked, two new questions will appear. Duration. The requester must select the number of months they expect the person to be here. The options are 3, 6, 9, or 12 months. 30 days prior to the end of the time selected, the individual this person reports to will receive an email reminding them of the expiration date and offering them the option to extend. If no response is received, the account will be disabled. The additional information requested is the person who the new hire will report to. Identify the person responsible for this non-employee using the next fields. In the first field, type all or part of the desired answer. A list of search results will appear. Highlight the correct person. That person's name will appear in the small box below your selection as confirmation. Skip to the next field if you do not need this checkbox. Now complete the employee number. Type in the 9-digit employee number. The job title. This is a free-form text field for you to enter in the job title. The department. Select the department the new hire will work in. If the desired result is in view, select it by a left mouse click. If the desired result is not in view, follow these steps. Start by typing until the desired results appear. Left click once to select the name. The department will appear in the small box below your selection as confirmation. The only departments with acronyms are DOCCR and HJIP. HSPHD is listed as Human Services. Next, select the building. Only the buildings affiliated with the selected department will appear in the list of buildings. If the desired result is in view, select it by a left mouse click. If the desired result is not in view, follow these steps. Type the first few letters of the building. Left click once to select the name. That building name will appear in the small box below your selection as confirmation. Enter the floor and cube number information. This is a mandatory field and is needed for delivery of monitors and phones. Be as specific as possible when describing the office or cube location. Enter NA or don't know if you're not sure. Are you the supervisor of this person? If yes, select Next at the bottom of the page to go to Section 2. If no, search for and select the supervisor name. Additional information. This is an optional field where you can add any clarifying information. Navigate to the next selection by selecting the white arrow in the dark background at the bottom of the page. Note, if you skipped a required field, a message will display in red near the problematic field. You may need to scroll to the top to find the problem. Only one omission error will display at a time. Pick a computer. From the drop-down menus, select what type of computer is needed. If a computer is not needed, please select None. Monitors. Select 1 or 2 monitors is needed. Large monitors are only available by special request in advance. If you have already arranged this, it must be mentioned in the special instructions box below. Accessories. The available accessories will differ depending on which computer type was selected. Check the box for any additional accessories that will be needed. Special instructions. This is an optional field allowing for any special instructions for the desktop deployment team. Once you have completed all the required fields on this page, click the Next button at the bottom. Section 3, Phones. The information you provide in this section will automatically be sent to the department's phone coordinator and to the IT Communications Technology team. Does this user require a desk or mobile phone? This is a required field. Select Yes or No. If you answer No, you can move on to Section 4, Access. If you answer Yes, additional information is needed. Phone coordinator selection. Type the first few letters of the department's name. Select the correct phone coordinator from the listing by highlighting it. The selection will appear in the small box below as confirmation. Now select the type of phone needed. County-owned mobile phone. If the person is in need of a device, check this box. This is not a part of the phone stipend process and only pertains to requests for the county to provide a mobile phone. The approval process will be initiated by the phone coordinator. No voicemail needed. Select this box if none is needed. Desk phone. If you only need a phone number reassigned and the voicemail reset, type in the phone number of the existing phone at that desk. If the phone number field is left blank, a new phone will be delivered and a new number assigned. Call center. If the new person will be part of a call center, specify the phone number of the call center. Also select the role needed within the call center, either agent, supervisor with reports, or supervisor without reports. And lastly, language. Call centers may route calls to specific agents when additional language skills are needed. Specify languages in those cases. Once you have completed all the required fields on this page, click the Next button at the bottom. Section 4, Access. SSL, VPN, email, and home drives. These options will only appear when the person being hired is not a standard benefit earning employee. If the non-employee needs any of these 3 services, select them. Role-based access. Many departments have worked with the IT department to create a role for onboarding new individuals. This is used to order all access and software roles. If a role has been created, answer yes to the access role question. Then select the role from the list of roles provided. All of them begin with role, followed by the department name. Search using the following format: role.department, then select the role. After the role is identified, additional access may be requested in the fields that follow. If no additional access is requested, the form may be submitted by clicking on Save. If a role has not been created, answer no, and you'll be prompted to fill in the following details. Software role. The software role is used to inform the desktop deployment team of what software applications should be installed on the new computer. The form includes a link to list of software roles by department. User GPO groups. User GPO groups are security groups the employee must be added to in order for them to be able to navigate to the correct printers and to the various network locations where the files and folders for their area are stored. There is also a link to those many different user GPO groups. This type of group only provides access to the locations needed. Computer GPO groups. Computer GPO groups are special settings that change the basic makeup of the computer. Very few departments have these computer GPO groups, but the information is needed for those departments who use them. Email distribution groups. These are groups used to send emails to groups of people. Most supervisors and managers have a special email distribution group that directs mail to their direct reports. Security groups. Security groups are special groups that grant permission to actually open or modify the contents of the files and folders discussed within the previous section. The permissions in this section allow the user to get to that location, and the permissions here allow the person to read or modify the contents of that location. System access. There are many other applications that people need special permission to access. They vary by department. Only those applications that are offered by the department selected in the Selection 1 will appear here. If the access provisioning team requires other information for any of the applications selected, additional required boxes appear. For example, many of the state applications used by staff in the Human Services area require a business justification and a specific role. The access page is the final step. You must click the Save button at the bottom to submit the request. The completed request will be available for you to review by navigating to the home page and viewing My Requests from the bar on the left of the page. Again, there is no option to save an incomplete request. Once saved, you may not edit the request. You have now successfully completed a new hire request form.